Hello, I'm
Hi,
Kylie.
I'm Craig.
Hi, I'm Vince,
and I'm Christy.
and we're La Muerte Paranormal.
We are super excited to have you guys on the show today. Tell us a little bit about La Muerte Paranormal.
Yeah, thanks for having us. Again, so we're a husband and wife team, right? So we're located in Arizona. So we mainly do haunted locations around us. We've recently been to California, and we're starting to kind of venture out of the state. But yeah, we're people who like to really get into the history of the places before we investigate. And again, all Arizona. So we try to go to places that are known to be haunted. We try to get into places that no one's ever even investigated. So yeah, that's kind of our channel. I don't have anything to add.
No.
We also do a crystal business with the paranormal. So we kind of got a joint venture where I handle a lot of the paranormal stuff, and then Christy does a lot of the crystal business.
Nice.
Ooh, what's your crystal business called?
La Muerte Skull and Stone.
Ooh.
And you can
Ooh,
get to it off of our website if you just click on the shop button, but there's also a separate Facebook page for it.
Nice.
okay,
That's so
that's
cool.
awesome. Yeah, I didn't even know that.
We do everything on there from like crystals to like paranormal packs to try to right keep you safe from whatever spirits following you home and different cleansing and all those kind of sorts of things.
Oh, sick. Okay.
Nice. Okay, so we sent you guys a couple of questions, and we're super excited to hear your stories.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit how you got started with the paranormal.
Yeah, want me to start?
Yeah.
So for me, I've always kind of been intrigued with it, right? From all the TV shows, right? So like early on, teenager and stuff, I would get into like Ghost Hunters, then it turned into Ghost Adventures, Dead
Yeah.
Files, right? So I've always kind of been into it. And then I was working with a lady. She's a sensitive, right? I don't know if I would say she's a medium, but she's definitely sensitive. And she would just always tell me about all these ghost stories that would happen to her in her apartment, places she would go to. She sees things, right? So I've just always been about it. We've always worked remote. So we finally went in the office right after COVID, all those kind of things. And she started saying like, "Hey, I think this building's haunted. Could I check it out? Could I investigate it?" So once she started telling me all about it, I started researching more, and she made a YouTube off of it. And then I found all these other YouTube channels. And like for me, I just never realized like normal people like us could like go on investigations and do things. So like once I saw the YouTube channels, I'm like, oh, we got to be all about this, right? So then I started researching, and before we knew it, like we had a name, we had a logo, and then yeah, we just kind of been buying equipment and checking places out. So that's how it started for me.
And for
Oh, yeah. I
Awesome.
me,
love
I
that.
grew
That's
up in a
awesome.
haunted house, and I actually worked really, really hard as a teenager to shut everything down so I wouldn't see or hear anything. And so then when, he started telling me about these stories from work and whatnot, I was a little bit hesitant, but also intrigued. And then I thought, well, maybe this would be a really good way for me to find out. Like, did I just have a good imagination? Was I actually seeing and talking to something? Like, was it real? Um, and so we went on our first investigation, and after that, it was, yeah, like you said, all about it.
Yeah, it just took off.
Awesome. You said you grew up in a haunted house. What kind of things happened?
So the last podcast we were on, I think the figure that I described seeing, she said it sounds a lot like the Hat Man. But I would see like this man, and he would just pass by really quickly through like one room of the house, and then I started seeing him in other places. Nobody else really saw him. But my sister saw a woman in the middle of the night. My grandmother came and saw a little boy run down the hall. So there's just a lot of different things. But I think the most consistent one that was there for a long time, he's probably still there, is that dark shadow man. And, you know, over time, I think other people caught a glimpse of him here and there. But we would see like dishwasher buttons push in,
Oh
or
gosh.
the radio turn on a full blast and flip channels on its own. My dad swears that he didn't fall off a ladder, that the ghost pushed the ladder and he fell.
Oh no.
Oh wow.
Just, and that would, if that's true, that's like the only violent thing. Like, for the most part, he was just there, like wanting to be seen. You know, we would hear voices in the house that mimicked our parents, but our parents weren't home, and just stuff like that.
Music, didn't you hear like music in the walls?
Yeah, music in the walls.
Ooh.
Like,
Oh.
this is music
That's
like
wild.
I've never heard before, though. And I don't even know how to describe it other than it was like this like tinkling sound music in the walls. It's strange.
That is
That
strange.
is so wild.
It sounds like your house was very haunted.
Yeah, it was pretty active. And so there was a woman across the street that did that like spiritual writing, where she would go into a trance and, you know, her hand would just write all this stuff.
Ooh.
And she had approached my mom and said, you know, she can see and hear them, and I can teach her how to do what I do if you'd like. And my mom's like, no, absolutely not. Like, a very Catholic family. I had 2 priests in my family, that you just don't do stuff like that. And, you know, like my mom called the church, had them come bless the house. But, you know, she had eventually told my mom, like, okay, well, then if she doesn't want to see them and hear them, you know, they're just excited because she can see and hear them. Tell her to just block it out, just consistently. No, I don't want to see you. I don't want to hear you. No. And, or ignore them. Don't feed it attention. And so I worked on that, and the activity like really, really slowed down. To a point where, like, you know, most of my life I could kind of feel energy off someplace, or, you know, like that was just gone. And I didn't know, did I shut it down that effectively, or is there really just nothing here, you know, at different places? So that's why when, you know, he said, hey, do you want to go on this investigation? And I'm like, oh yeah, let's go and see if it's real, and see if, you know, I actually could see something or hear something. And so that's what I think too, like we focus more on communication. Like we'll try to have legitimate conversations with the spirits and the places, and to validate other ways. So it's not just, you know, what we like proving what we want to prove, or
Right. Yeah, like
here,
bias,
you know?
like confirmation bias.
Because I really want to know, is it real? And so I think you'll see a lot more of that on our channel than like some of the taunting that other people do. Like, we don't want to do any of that. We just want to have real conversations and learn about the history of the place.
Right.
And that's honestly like the best way to do it. Like Zach Baggins,
Yeah, I was gonna say
the
Zach
way
Baggins.
he does it is so ridiculous.
So disrespectful.
Does this ghost want to throw hands? Yeah.
No wonder why stuff follows them home.
Right.
You know,
For real.
that too.
Do you guys feel like since starting investigating, you've become more sensitive to these kinds of things?
Yes.
Yeah.
Definitely, because I've put a lot more effort into it. So, you know, a lot. So the lady from work that he talked about, I talked to her quite a bit about how do I like get better at this, because we would be places with her, and like she could like see something like lurking in the background or whatever, and she could feel emotions coming from them. Like, how do you develop that a little bit better? And, you know, she talked about meditate and, you know, try to connect with your spirit guides, and it's going to be hard. Just, you know, keep at it. And so that was kind of my thing in the beginning, was I would try and try and try, and I wouldn't really like feel anything different. So then I'd quit thinking it wasn't working. You know, and she talked about just stick with it, and his meditation is just hard.
Yeah. No,
we've
for real.
gotten so much better, but in the beginning, like that was just awful.
Yeah, and for
Mm-hmm.
me, like I've never experienced any of that kind of stuff, right? So like I'm super closed off, so I want to be able to, but I would say like when we would first start doing it, I would get frustrated because it's like okay, we would leave and like oh nothing happened because I couldn't understand the spirit box or whatever, right? So then once we're editing, we are picking up on all these things. So I think now like we're able to hear a lot in the moment, definitely feeling like I pick up senses now and I'm definitely getting like goosebumps, then something would happen right after. So like that didn't happen at the beginning. So like, yeah, I would say we're getting there slowly, at least for me.
Oh,
And
that's
in the
so cool.
Okay, that
beginning,
is cool.
Yeah.
they tried harder to get his attention in the beginning too. Like he was always
Ooh.
the one to get touched. I
Yeah.
would never
Ooh.
get touched. But for him, I think they just maybe figured like, hey, we got to get this guy's attention in a different way. So
Yeah. Then probably 3 or 4 investigations in, it started saying my name. And now like
Oh,
every
wow.
location,
every
it
time.
says my name. So like that's been interesting.
Do you think it's the same spirit or
Mm.
entity, or do you think it's at each location there's a different spirit like, hey?
Figure that out
Yeah.
because we don't get real clear answers. The couple times we've asked, like, are you attached to Vince? Are you following Vince? And trying to figure out is it this location or not. I don't know. I
Yeah.
think we're still investigating.
Yeah, I'll even say like we only want to talk to the spirits of X location, but then
Mhm.
my name doesn't happen as much, but it still will even after we ask
Okay.
that. So we do like we don't want to investigate in our house, right? So we are gonna film soon. Like we're just gonna go out somewhere, probably in the car, set something up at a park, whatever, and then try to kind of get those questions, right? Like, is this something attached to me? Is it one of my spirit guides? Like, what is it? So that's coming up soon.
Oh, nice.
Okay, that will
That's
be an
exciting.
interesting watch. Yeah. I'm curious
Yeah.
about what will go on.
Mhm.
Yeah, same. I've been promising this for a long time for them, and we just haven't done it. So it's
Oh, yeah.
coming. Yeah, it's time.
Yeah, that will be good.
That will be so
Well,
cool.
you know what I just thought about too? Like, we assume stuff has followed us home, but if
Mm.
it's the same spirit and it's attached to you, it could just be that
Ooh.
it acts up from time to time.
Yeah, could be.
Right, right.
Yeah, we've
Maybe.
thought we brought something home at least 2 or 3 times
Yeah.
before we like really got into the crystals and stuff.
Mhm.
Or
You-
when we knew, but we just felt like, oh, we didn't really get anything,
Yeah,
or it doesn't seem like there was anything here to worry about. And so we like skip some of the stuff.
yeah,
And then
Okay.
I feel like something has come home, but nothing, like nothing ever malicious or too
Mhm.
stubborn about leaving. Just
Okay.
one that was a little stubborn,
yeah. We
but
cleansed the house, got it out.
now I wonder, like if it's
Right.
attached to you, that maybe that's it.
We'll see, I
We
guess.
have
Maybe.
to remember to ask that if we get anything when we go film that.
So, do you like to bring like crystals and like metaphysical tools with you when you go, just to like kind of set like intentions or anything like that?
Yeah, we definitely both carry little bags
Mm-hmm.
with protective crystals in them. And then, we cleanse those after every investigation. They're charged under the moon, on the full moon regularly. Um, Somebody also gave us like a Palo Santo spray to
Ooh,
kind of
okay.
spritz and cleanse before we leave and cleanse some of the energy that might attach. And then the places where we've had to sleep, where we
Ooh.
just investigated, I bring extra crystals. So I've
Oh
got,
yeah.
we actually started off thinking we were just going to sell the crystal skulls. So I've got a set of skulls that come with us and sit there on the nightstand for when we finally go to sleep. Because
You put in the pillowcase sometimes.
yeah,
Oh, nice. Love
sometimes I'll
that.
put them
Yeah,
in the pillowcase. It just depends on how
how we're feeling, I
how
guess.
haunted I feel like that
Mhm.
place is.
But
Oh yeah,
then
that makes sense.
when we leave too, we'll like burn Palo Santo and do the outline, and she says some words and things like that.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
the Queen Mary, I took everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This big old bag of crystals coming with
Right, right.
me. And it's selenite tourmaline in the corners at night. Like
Oh, sick.
Nice. What has been your favorite investigation?
that one always stumps me. You go first.
Um, like it for a long time it's been the Queen Mary, right? Just because of the history and how cool the ship is. But last in January we went to a small town in Arizona called Oracle, and we did it's called Arcadia Ranch House Sanatorium, and that's our last investigation out on YouTube. It's a 3-part, but I feel like that one, especially our part 2 of our investigation, like the communication was just so heavy, and it was this mom there, right? And she's sad. There's this bad man there that kind of keeps her, so like we were getting just a lot of answers from her and help and like really learning about her and her situation. So I think for me, like, and we all felt sadness. Like we took some
Ooh,
family
yeah.
with us. That was their first time investigating, and we all kind of felt similar things. So I think just emotionally, and then every single part of our equipment went out off, and then
Oh my gosh.
just the responses we got. I think that right now is my favorite spot.
And when we were talking to him, because they were like in a building with 2 rooms, and it's just like a arch. It's not a like doorway or anything. But she was in the one room and he was in the other. And she had been communicating to us by flashlight, and by the bell. And then when we moved the flashlights over to communicate with him and we're talking to him, she would answer as well,
Oh
using the
wow.
bell. So that was kind of crazy too, is to hear her like kind of corroborating like what he was saying to us.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so
Um,
cool.
that investigation was crazy. And like you said, the heaviness of the moment, like it brought one of our family members to tears.
Oh
Like
wow.
she
Oh, so like
was
super
so
emotional.
upset. Yeah. And
Yeah.
I even told Vince, like, I don't think you're going to be able to air that. You better check with her and make sure
Mm,
that it's okay for you to use that footage, because it just was so heavy and so
yeah.
personal. Um, yeah, that one might be the new favorite. I think my other one was also maybe Queen Mary. Although I'm sure if you listen to a podcast, you're going to hear different ones every time because they're all so unique, and I
Fair.
love them all, just all different experiences. But Queen Mary was really
Yeah, it was
cool
cool.
too. We had a lot of interaction, and then even some of the non paranormal stuff was just a ton of fun. Like we scared people that came to peek in the room and
Mhm.
Yeah.
see if it was really haunted. And this one dude just like ditched his girlfriend, ran running down the hall.
Yeah.
So it was fun just all around, I think.
Oh yeah, that's so cool.
That is so cool. I would love to go to the Queen Mary.
You
Right.
should.
Yeah.
Yes, we
It is
should.
totally worth it.
Yeah.
And I was really hesitant when he was first talking about it because we haven't really gone anywhere that far from home. And, then just like hearing about the place, and I have to sleep in that room after we've
Right.
been
Mhm.
investigating. And it's pricey, and it's
Mm.
more than we typically spend in a hotel room to go investigate. But totally worth it.
Yeah.
I would absolutely do it again.
Yep. Agree. Yeah, we stayed in the B340, so that's the most haunted, famous room. So yeah, it was a good time.
And
Oh,
it's like a whole suite. I mean, it's a
oh wow.
really nice room, multiple rooms in it, and just a lot of fun.
Mhm.
That's so cool.
That is so cool. I'm jealous.
Right, right. It's
Do
cool that
it.
you
Put it on your list and just
right.
do it.
Yes. Just have to like do it. One of those things, definitely.
Yeah, it's
It's
totally
cool that
worth
you
it.
guys like had that experience with how the ghost was like collaborating with the other one. Like that's just like
Mhm.
so much like confirmation too. Just like
Mhm.
in that experience as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we were there like 8.5 hours, and
Mm.
it flew by.
Yeah.
Like, I
Yeah.
think we all looked at the time and we were like, "Oh my God, we probably should leave." But we could have spent days at that place.
Right.
There was so much activity, and that was just like one little shed out in the
Mm.
back. But the house had other rooms and other spirits communicating, and it was a cool experience for
Oh
sure.
yeah.
Yeah, and one thing too. So we like to use the dead bell, like ring it once for yes, twice for no. So like he would answer us and tell us something like, "Oh, he's not evil, or he's not a bad man," and
Mm.
she would ring it twice, like calling him out, like, "No, he's lying."
Oh
Like,
wow,
Oh,
that's so
so like,
cool.
yeah, that was really cool to see.
They're just like
Before
going
we
back and
left,
forth at it. I love that.
I hid crystals up on the top of the door frame, like protective crystals for her, and drew a line, because the concrete came together and there's that little line, and so we put a line of black salt in there as well.
Yeah, just to try to keep him away from her.
So now everybody will
that's
know
so
there's
wild.
crystals hidden at Arcadia Ranch.
Right. What I guess what has been your scariest paranormal experience?
Okay.
I got choked.
Oh my gosh.
Nothing has ever touched me. And I feel like, I mean, I have crystal bracelets on. I wear protection, not just have it in my pockets. And it failed me. And I was not ready for that. So it was at the hotel in
Bisbee. It's the Copper Queen.
And so that was the portal room. We had booked the other most haunted rooms, but yeah, the manager was so cool, and he's like, if you guys want to go check out other places, and I really recommend you check out this room. He's like, that's actually the most haunted one, but nobody really knows about it. But we think there's a portal there, and there's at least 40 spirits that hang out there, or some crazy number. So we're like, oh, okay, cool. And we go in that room, and we've got tons of communication, which is so cool. And then all of a sudden, I can't breathe. And I feel this pressure, and then it was gone. And so I didn't even understand what happened to me in the moment.
Right,
I was asking him, I don't know what just happened. And I probably should have been more scared in the moment, but I wasn't. Like he said, we kept going, and then we go back to our room, and in the light, you could see a handprint or fingers.
Oh
on
my
neck.
goodness.
And so he's got pictures of that, and I think, is it on one of the episodes too?
Yeah, on YouTube and on TikTok.
But then I was scared because I'm like, oh my God, somebody tried to choke me.
Yeah. No, that's terrifying.
And maybe my crystals didn't fail me because it was a second and then it was over.
It backed off,
But I was shocked because he's the one that gets touched. And actually, I think that day he had gotten scratched.
Okay.
We went into a place we didn't know, and we don't usually do that, but we did. And we went to go see a doll or a box. I can't remember which one. And then all of a sudden he was like, ow, can you look at my arm? And sure enough, he was scratched.
On my back. I just felt burning. And then sure enough, these red marks started showing up.
But that was in a little shop in their basement that somebody just told us, go down there, it's haunted. And we did.
It's like a little antique store.
And we won't go back in that one. But nothing had touched me before. And, they tug on his shirts or, whatever. But for me to get touched and then choked at that, that was scary. And I was so glad that wasn't our room, because I don't think I could have slept in there. If that had happened, I would have.
Yeah, no, I don't believe you.
Yeah, I think he told us they don't ever really even book that room out. And then sure enough, in the room on one side there's a mirror, and the other side there's a mirror, so it's facing each other. Just
making a portal.
Two beds. Yeah, 2 beds in between. That's it. So yeah, definitely. And we set up the net lights, and that was the first time we caught 2 shadows pass by super quick on those.
Oh wow!
So we were thinking it was coming out of the mirror because we faced it towards the mirror. So who knows?
That's so wild.
That's spooky. Yeah. And there's a lot of
communication.
Oh, sorry, what was that?
Oh, I spent tons of communication. So
yeah. And I would think for me, my scariest place was Pioneer Park in San Diego. Not so much for the spirits, right? We got normal communication and things like that. But so it's a park that used to be a cemetery in San Diego. Okay. And they left the bodies, but they took all the tombstones and they just built a park over it. Right. So you got all these kids playing on dead people, basically.
Right.
But, we went I don't know. It was super. It was like midnight because we were doing 3 investigations in one night. Um, right. So we meant to get there early. We didn't. So like our first time there, it's pitch black. There's some people. There's homeless walking around. Right. So like I'm already on high alert. So it was more because of the people. And then all of a sudden, like we're setting up equipment and we hear like this crazy screams happening. And
Mm.
at that moment, it's just us in the park, right? So I'm with the flashlight, I'm looking everywhere. We can't find it, and it just keeps happening and happening.
Oh
Oh
my
gosh.
gosh.
Yeah, so like we're goosebumps, we're kind of freaking out, and then like we start following the sound as it's happening a little bit more and getting louder. And it takes us to this giant tree where like there's just an owl up there, and it's like
Oh.
right, it's doing all these screeches. So like we're freaked out half the time, and then it's like, oh gosh, okay, like so we were fine. But I would say that was the most freaked out I've been. And even one of the spirits, I think, even said like, "Are you afraid?"
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, wow.
you know, we're like, "No." But yeah, yeah, we was freaked out.
Never heard an owl make a sound like that either.
Oh, that's so
First-
crazy.
Owls can be loud. Like they can almost mimic like human screams, and it's a little
That
spooky.
is exactly what it was like.
It was between a lady's scream and then a crying baby. So we're like, what the heck is happening?
Gross.
So yeah.
Yeah. But that's also I'm glad that you like sought out and like figured out like, oh, this was actually an owl. It wasn't
Yeah, it's not always ghosts.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we debunked that one.
Nice.
Yeah.
Awesome. That is spooky though.
That is.
Okay. What is your dream investigation?
I got a couple, but for me I think it's the Paris catacombs. Right?
Yes.
Yeah, just all the history, all the dead bodies, the fact that you could even get lost down there, or like
Right.
who knows who you're gonna come across down there, right? So it's just a mystery at every turn, I feel like. So yeah, I think that's the one for me.
And for me, it's all about the skulls. Like
Oh yeah.
I love my
Yes.
skulls and skull lined walls, and just it seems so cool to just go check out.
Yeah.
It would just be
And,
like so cool to see. Yeah.
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 They rearranged the way that they've got the bones every so often too, which is super interesting.
Oh wow.
I didn't know that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, me either.
See, I always tell my daughter, like, when I'm gone, I want you to cremate me, and she's like, why? Why would you want to get burned? I'm like, because look what we do to people. Decorating with bones and rearranging them, or they
For
put
real.
people in museums after 1,000 years. No thanks.
True.
I'd be a restless spirit too.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Like, quit moving my bones.
Yeah. So that's hopefully maybe someday. But we also want to go to Doll Island in Mexico City.
Ooh,
Ooh,
yes.
yes.
We originally had plans to do that this past April. It didn't work out. So we're working with 2 other groups of possibly going. So hopefully next year, end of year, that still gets done.
Nice.
That would be so awesome.
interesting.
Yeah. So we'll see.
I've heard a lot of creepy stories from the Doll Island.
Yeah. Same. Yeah. We definitely want to start getting out of Arizona. There's still a lot of places we haven't hit up here, but like we've done all the main ones, right? So now it's like, okay, now it's time for the next state. So
Right.
we're planning or even country, right? So yeah, we'll see.
Nice. That's exciting.
That is exciting. Do you guys have any other fun ghost stories that you want to share?
You got one? I just know for me, like the first time I was touched will always stand out. We're in Bisbee, Arizona at the Oliver House. And we booked the most haunted room, but I think we're the only ones staying there. So he's like, hey, if you want to check out grandma's room, that's the next haunted one. So we're in there, we're setting up equipment, and like we think it's a sweet old lady, right? And then all of a sudden my shirt got pulled so hard that it turned me all the way around.
Oh my
Holy cow.
gosh.
Yeah. So, but then it's like I think about it after, and it's like, why did we stay in there? We just like,
You're like, what were we doing?
like, okay, we just started investigating and asked, like, did you just touch me? Like, we started going right into questions, and it's answering yes, like it confirmed all that, but like, yeah, after it's like, what are we doing, right? Or like, she's listened to it to go into a prison cell, and like, should you have done that? But like, yeah, we just get bossed around, I guess.
For me, I think the other one that stands out is at least two people we know have haunted dolls. And so they talk about their dolls and, you know, how they have like toys out for their dolls and they have a relationship. And, you know, the spirit talks to them and plays with the cat ball. And somehow I got convinced, like, that might be kind of cool. We talked about it, like, that could be okay if it was like a good spirit and, you
Yeah.
know, nothing malicious. And so we had gone to this fundraiser dinner and somebody had donated a haunted doll, and the doll itself was beautiful. Like I love everything vintage and antique, and she was a very old doll, very
Ooh.
vintage, really cool looking. And they said, hey, you know, one of the mediums that's here has had conversations with that doll. And also the person that's donating her is here. And so you could talk to both of them about temperament and just make sure that, but I think it's a friendly spirit. And we're like, oh, okay, cool. So I talked to the medium. I could have sworn the medium told me it was a child spirit that died in a fire. He thinks that that's what he heard as well, but kind of reassured us like there's nothing malicious with her. But we're still talking about, do we bid on this doll? Do we bring her home? And we're thinking we're probably going to do it. But we asked to have a conversation with the owner just to be sure.
Right.
And she comes to talk to us and she's standing by our table. And there's one of those big, tall
like heaters
behind. And this heater had been like in our field of vision all night and it never once swayed. It's heavy. And the wind would come through and it was fine. Right. So she's standing there talking about the doll and all of a sudden that heater comes down. It was going to like fall on top of her.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
And, you know, Vince yelled, she moved out of the way. He caught it. And then we just said, no, that's not it.
Yeah, you're like,
That's fair. Yeah.
Unhappy. That's a sign.
Yeah, that's a sign.
And then later on in the night, we overheard the medium talking about, you know, she was upset that the owner was thinking of getting rid of her, and that, you know, there's sometimes like she brings this overwhelming sense of sadness with her, like very heavy energy. And that she wouldn't take her home. She knows too much about her, and that it's not a child, it's a older woman whose children died in a fire. And that's why she has like such a heavy, sad energy. And so I'm just like, thank God. Like, what are we doing? Like he said, there's so many times we're like, what are we doing? And, you know, I think I woke up at midnight, one of the nights following that, and just thought, oh, I'm so glad there's not that doll in my house. Where I have this nice, calm, peaceful feeling in my house in the middle of the night with all the lights off, and not some heavy energy of a spirit that's pissed off to be there.
Yeah.
No.
No, that would be wild. It's interesting that it presented itself like as like one of the children that died first rather than like the older woman that had the children die. Like I wonder why.
They like to be just sneaky and like tricky like that. Sometimes I feel like just like for who knows why.
Yeah.
Yeah, and for me, we debate this all the time because I'm just not sure, but I mostly have been convinced that there are no child spirits. There's just not. There's malicious entities that are pretending to be a child, to manipulate.
Absolutely.
But it's not the child. But then sometimes we go places and it really does seem like a child.
Sometimes it feels like a child. And it's like,
I don't know. I mean, we take toys and candy with us sometimes as trigger objects or offerings to a grave, and it seems like you might be interacting with the spirit of that child, but I don't know. I'm still not 100% convinced that it actually is.
Yeah, and I'm torn. Like I go back and forth. I keep my guard up, but we treat it as a child during the investigation. We do talk to it and ask those kind of questions. But Yeah, I'm unsure on that one.
We are also
Yeah, it's
like,
hard to tell.
it's because a lot of times it is something pretending to be a child, but also like children do pass away, which is like an unfortunate sadness. So sometimes, obviously, there probably are
Yeah,
children
like could
ghosts,
be, yeah.
but I feel like more often than not, it's something that's being a little tricky.
Mhm.
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
agree.
Oh yeah.
Because you would like to think if a child dies, they're like moving on, you know,
Yeah.
and they're reunited with loved ones or whatever, and that a child could never do something like so wrong that they're stuck here,
But they'd be
right?
stuck, yeah.
Mhm.
But I don't know.
I wonder if maybe they're just like waiting for someone.
Oh, it could be. That makes
Maybe.
sense.
Yeah.
Could be. Yeah.
I don't know. I guess we'll have to wait and
Right,
find out.
find out, I guess.
Someday we'll find out.
Right.
Okay. And then this is just kind of like a for fun question. When you die, what is the first thing you're going to do in the afterlife? Like, let's say you sit up cartoon ghost style and you can just do whatever you want.
Oh, for me, I'm totally going to messing with ghost hunters. Like
Oh my gosh, I
Yes.
love that. That's
I have a
amazing.
plan already for the afterlife. And while I wait for him, I'm just going to go wreak as much havoc as I can. Like, I'm going to go haunt locations and get people all excited because they got like real communication through their spirit boxes. And I'm going to roam the earth, see everything there is to see, harass some people for a little bit just for fun. And then, you know, eventually he'll join me.
Right.
Yeah.
I love
Yeah,
that.
same. Yeah, same. Like, yeah, we want to stick around and haunt people, but I think first, like, I've been lately like being the conspiracy theories, right? So like, I'm going to Antarctica. I'm going to Area 51. Like, once I check on family and
Ooh.
all that, family's good, kids are good. Okay, then I want to go check out those
You want to go
places
see the
first, right?
aliens?
Yeah, we can't get into, and then we'll go haunt people.
I like
Oh
that.
yeah, I love that. That's awesome.
What's your favorite conspiracy theory?
Mm.
Ooh, that's a good one. Lately, I've kind of been into like these fallen angels, right? I've been
Ooh.
seeing
Okay.
a lot of that kind of stuff, and like celebrities, sports athletes, presidents. They're all part of the 200 fallen angels, and they can shape shift and like
Mm.
those kind of things. So like that's kind of what I've been into after like Antarctica and flat Earth and like all those
Yeah,
kind
I
of
feel
things.
that.
What about you guys? Believe in any of those kind of things?
Mm.
I am open to a lot of things, I think. Like definitely aliens.
Yeah.
Definitely like I think there's things that we don't know and we don't understand. So there's always I like to keep an open mind.
Yeah,
Yes.
same.
We actually met an expert on UFOs. He's written a book. He goes to the conferences, and he's offered to meet up with us. We actually did meet up with him one night to just show us the lights, and he just is a wealth of knowledge of all things
Ooh.
extraterrestrial.
Yeah,
Really, really interesting.
yeah, his name's Jeff. He's in Tucson, Arizona, and like he films Tucson lights. Like he has a spot where he can see them, and he's always filming content of the sky and all their patterns and movements and all those things. So he almost posts every single day something.
Yeah,
So it's
it's
pretty cool.
fascinating.
I'll have to check him out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that's so cool.
interesting.
Yeah, I'll shoot him over his stuff to you guys.
Right.
Okay, that will be cool.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any final thoughts you guys want to share?
Well, no, I mean, one, just thank you for having us. Yeah, it's been a cool experience. We're getting close to launching what we're calling the evidence room, right? So we're
Ooh.
going to go and rewatch and kind of talk through all our past investigations, but also give you guys like a behind the scenes of like something that happened, maybe on the drive or the setup, right? So we kind of want to talk about our full experience and just showcasing some of the main things that happened. So, like we plan to start releasing that probably next month in June, and then kind of go from there. So that's the plan right now for us.
And then when is the
Okay, that will
museum?
be cool.
That'll be cool to follow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We and then in August we're gonna go see Ed and Lorraine's Occult Museum.
Ooh.
Yeah, so we'll see Annabelle and like all those kind of
Mm-hmm.
things. So the Haunted Travelers channel kind of reached out to us, and Alex is her name. She invited us to go check that spot out with her. So yeah, we're excited about that. Um, And then two, I think we'll continue with our intros, right? I think that's one thing that kind of separates our channel versus others is like, right, we show you all the evidence, but we start off with the history of the place, and it's all told through like our thoughts, but also like what AI is telling us, right? Like I research the place, I get all the history, I write out the scenes, and then kind of have AI build out what we're thinking, and then that kind of kicks us off into our investigations.
Oh, cool.
So,
okay.
yeah.
And where can
And the
people find you? Oh, sorry.
the crystal business too, right? We're gonna keep adding stuff. We haven't gone live yet. We're gonna go live pretty soon and have some sales on different crystals and things you could buy. So that's coming. But then we're on all the social media, right? Like at La Muerte Paranormal on YouTube and Facebook, and then La_Muerte_Paranormal for Instagram and TikTok. And then Facebook and Instagram is La Muerte Skull and Stone. So you can find that too.
Okay, nice.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much for joining us. It's been super fun hearing all of your stories.
It was so interesting, so cool.
Yeah, you guys have some really good stories.
Thank you. Yes. We hope to keep adding to it.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Yeah, and we'll keep an eye out for all of those things that you guys have coming up.
Cool. Appreciate it.
Oh, for sure.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. We have socials. You can find us on Instagram,
on Facebook,
TikTok,
YouTube, Blue Sky,
all of the places. You can send your ghost stories to seancewithmysiblings@gmail.com. We also have a Patreon going from a free tier to $10 if you want to support us. That would be so awesome, and we would be super grateful. And thanks for listening.
Thank you for listening. Bye, guys. Wave at the microphone. Oh, no.